Yummy. Yummy.
Now, it's time for The Guys Next Door. Brought to you by Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing. With Ron Arenas and Pastor John McClain.
This is Next Door. I'm your host, Ron Arenas, with my
Picture Rocks
co-host,
Heating and
Pastor John
Plumbing.
McClain.
I'm your host, Ron
Yes,
Arenas,
sir.
with my co-host, Pastor John
Yes,
McClain.
sir. Happy to be
Happy
back.
New Year.
Yeah, you were
Year.
missing
Happy
last week. We
New
sent out a search
Year.
party.
I
We're
was
back.
missing
doing
in
it.
so many ways.
They let us come back.
But I'm here
we
now.
thought,
Thank you for
Lost,
being
but
here.
now I'm found.
We
Well,
thought that
that's a good thing to be
Yeah.
found.
there's no way
Absolutely.
they're going to let us do this show
Yeah.
more than a year.
Yeah, and you as well. You made it back
Don't say
safely from
anything.
your
Okay, I won't. Yeah, just keep
tour
on
around
sneaking in the back door.
Tucson,
Right.
and
Yeah.
Very good.
did it successfully. You ranked top
So,
1 million of the
speaking of New
3,277,000 people that did it. So
That's
congratulations.
Well, thank you. Okay, that's good because we're old guys. Well, this week we have one of our sponsors and good friends, Garrett from Steamy Concepts.
You don't need to brag.
Okay.
But,
Yeah, you can move your mic down a little bit if you want. You can
the-
get
the
comfortable
gentle-
there.
We have two gentlemen.
Yeah, take off your shoes, make yourself at home, man. This is your place.
It is the
Well,
Guys
good.
Next
Yeah,
Door.
we got a cot in the back for you. So yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah, you're home now.
Just don't tell Matt. Okay. Yep.
And we're going to start as we
So, Garrett,
should
tell us a little bit
with
about Steamy
the more
Concepts.
senior.
Yeah, Steamy
men,
Concepts,
the
locally
first
owned and
segment.
operated
And we're gonna go
floor
with
cleaning
an
and restoration
up-and-coming
company.
prominent
Been in
man, a
business for
graduate of
27
U of A,
years now.
The second
And like I said,
That sounds
still
good.
locally
Both
owned and
friends
operated,
of-
Matt and
Let me
Lori
ask you,
Horn.
because usually we got friends of yours.
Still
Yeah.
busting their
And you're
butt every
usually
week
like out
at
with
the
me.
office. Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Like
And they have
showing me
quite
that
a
you got
crew
cooler friends
there.
that are more
Yeah, they
prominent
have a
than
lot of
me,
people
which I don't
working for them.
appreciate.
yeah, last
But
time I
let
checked,
me
I think
try
it was
to match you
108
today.
It's your turn.
employees
You
altogether.
showed me
That's
a check.
wild.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
show
that is
you
wild.
That
a
makes sense because I
king
mean
of hearts,
it's
my
wild.
friend.
I think
All
we
right.
somehow
and I'm not
brain
going to say his name,
even though we are the
I'm guessing
worst
anybody
prepared
listening that's been around
host of a
Tucson
radio
for,
show in the world.
decades.
That
In-
I was just
in or
thinking
around the art
and
world,
seeing
you've
your
definitely heard his name.
radio or your
I
Facebook
know this to
reels
be
and
true
the
'cause
videos that
anybody
you
that's
guys
in or
have
around
been
the
posting
art world
recently.
that I say
Like
his
Matt
short
did,
name,
like showing
correct me and
your
say his long
vehicles,
name.
like
Yeah.
a lot of
So,
your vehicles, like and how far you guys have come,
I
and kind
start
of like
with
talking about his
this
testimony, and just
guy,
how proud and excited
he's certainly been a
he
pillar
is
in
with
my
where
life
he is now, how blessed he
because
feels,
I've
how
known him
and the
for-
sentiment of Thanksgiving, how
I knew
grateful
him
he
back when I
is
first got
for
into the
where
radio
you
business.
guys
wow.
are
Yeah,
now.
so
that was a while ago.
And
It
it
was
was
a
just
couple
it was
minutes ago.
cool
Yeah, it was a couple
watching
minutes
that
ago.
video of
Nearly
him walking,
15
just showing
years
all
back
these
when,
this
when I
fleet of
was wearing a
vehicles you
suit
guys
and
have
dressing
and
up
like this,
fancy
all the
before,
operations you guys do.
and he's seen
So I
me
kind of
transition
speak to
from
that a little bit of
to
kind of like, okay, this is
being,
when we
one step
were
away from a
founded,
stick
and then
and a
kind of this is the
handkerchief,
journey to where we are now, which, like
wearing,
you're saying, 108
homeless
employees.
clothes,
That's
being very dirty,
it's
going through a lot of
magnificent.
stuff,
Like
traveling
you're
around
saying,
the
a
United
locally owned
States,
organization.
getting arrested,
But if you didn't know any
filing
better, you would think that
lawsuits,
was
doing
one
all
of the
this
big
kinda
boxes, just like any of the
wild,
others.
funky
Yeah,
stuff.
no, that
And
happens
he
a lot.
was very, actually, sadly to say,
Yeah, Matt
integral
and Lori
supportive
started it with
in the work
just
that
a
I
little
did. And a lot of that stuff I probably
portable
wouldn't
carpet cleaner.
have had the
And,
courage or had the
and
know-how to even
He could tell
put
you
together if
it definitely wasn't
for
overnight
him having
that
my
happened.
back
Yeah.
I mean,
guidance on
he
some of that
definitely
stuff.
had his ups and
But
downs.
the funny thing is that
I mean,
that isn't even what
yeah,
we're going to be
it's-
speaking about
I've been with the
today,
company for
because
7 years
when I
now,
met him as a
and
radio
just
show
in the
host,
7 years
he
that
was
I've been, I
working
mean, we grow
with an organization
every single
teaching
year. It's
kids
been
how
awesome.
to
Mhm.
make art. Pretty
That's
much
awesome.
And you're
an
saying
after-school
that
program
lately,
or summer
just
program
in the
or
last
like
month,
an
you've really picked up.
extended program for
Yeah,
kids
a lot of business.
Even this
around
last
art.
week, we've
Yeah.
been
And
yeah,
one
it's
of
kind
the
of
main
somewhat of a
functions
slower time
that
typically.
program
Yeah.
did is it
We've
made
been
murals,
around the
very
holiday
busy.
season.
mosaics,
Yeah,
made
unless
kind
it
of
gets really,
large-scale
really cold
art
and pipes
and
start
taught
freezing.
kids how to do that.
Yeah, it's
That's
kind
good
of
for both
as
of us.
kind of
It
a,
is just
what I would
terrible
call
for the
swan
homeowners,
song.
Well, we're not talking about them right now.
great for us. Great for us.
He'll
Exactly. So,
correct me,
no,
but I
I
believe
mean
it's five
it's been really
main
nice.
murals that
Right.
were
But you
being
guys still
done at
do,
one
you have a
time
division that
downtown.
still does
And
carpet
from
cleaning
that-
also.
Yeah, the
Dozens,
carpet
maybe
and
hundreds
tile and
of
grout
murals
cleaning,
have
they
come
get
from
really
that.
busy
So
during this time
I
of
say
year.
all that to say,
just
don't
with all the
just take
holidays
my
coming
word
up,
for it.
everyone
Hear
wants
from
their
Mr.
carpets
Michael B.
and tile
Schwartz
cleaned.
with
Yeah,
the,
we want everything to look nice for their family.
Bring their family in.
Thanks,
yep.
you guys. Yeah.
You guys do a lot of
like the guy next
internet
door.
also. I
Yeah.
know Matt's
Yeah,
talked
you
about
are.
it before, but
You
can
are.
you tell us a little bit about
it's
what you guys
it's
do
scary to think
in
how
the
much
community, and
time's gone by.
especially
It was,
this time of
and
year?
It's
You
true.
have a
We're
big event.
Arts Brigade.
Yeah, we
Tucson Arts
always
Brigade,
do Toys
the
for
mural
Tots every
program was
year.
founded in
We
1995.
work with a couple other
And,
local
you know,
real
murals
producers.
have a long history
They
in
always have a
Tucson.
big event
Yeah.
at that they
and
provide a bunch of
I'm writing a book on
toys
this
for us.
topic,
like,
and
they
as I'm
call
doing
them
the
law
research,
toys.
I
They do,
find that some of the
real estate agents
earliest
come in,
participatory murals
and
were done
donate
in the
toys, and
school
it's
system
amazing every
in the
year.
early part
I'm
of last
surprised,
century,
and,
Okay.
just
before we were even a
yeah,
state.
I mean, every year
And
we do.
so Tucson
these
has a
stops.
natural affinity.
Every
kind of
Thursday we're
the
doing
murals
a stop
are
at our
part of Tucson.
office, which is
Tucson's part of the mural
55,
movement.
75
It's
South
always
Alton.
been there.
And
And in the
from
1960s,
5 to
of course,
7
there
where we
was
do
the
toy
Chicano
talks.
mural movement,
okay.
very
Where
important.
people
David
can bring
Teneo
toys.
being one of the most
last week
well-known
we
names
got-
with hundreds of
we filled up
murals,
the whole box.
amazing artists.
Oh, wow.
And
it's been
from-
nice.
In the 60s,
Like a whole box truck,
what
or-
began to happen is
No,
that
just
through
a
the 70s
yeah,
and
just
80s,
a whole
people
box.
started to
box,
associate
Yeah, but
the
we do
murals
this up
of the
until
60s with
usually like the middle of December,
social,
December
social
17th,
change,
18th.
but also with some negative
yeah, we
association.
just collect. Last year, I think we
And
had
as the murals
800
started to
toys,
fade in the 80s and
860 toys,
90s,
something like
Oh,
that.
wow.
there was less
Yeah, I
interest.
speak to
in not only
kind
in,
of
in producing the murals,
the
but in maintaining them and
participation
the
as Toys for
funds
Tots up to this
available.
point. I
started
know when
to
we sat
disappear.
down with
It- you know,
Matt,
interest
Ron,
changed.
he
And
was
the
really gushing
association
over
with
this. Like,
murals.
it really meant
Yeah.
a lot to
let's
him.
just
Like,
say
it was
that,
really
that
like
not
he was
everybody
one step
really
away from a tear
resonated
in
with
talking
what
about
murals
it because
stood
it
for, what
really
they could be.
was something that
And it
meant a
took
lot
us
to
quite
him.
a,
And it seemed
quite a
like
lot
it's a
of
fabric
time to
of steamy
demonstrate, to
concepts
show, like, hey,
as a
this is
whole
what's
in the way.
possible.
So I guess
And
speak
from
to that a little bit
2000
as far as the
and from
testimony of
1995
the
to
participation in Toys for
2015,
Tots.
a long
Yeah, no,
stretch
I mean
of time
it's
there.
it's a whole
we
company thing.
demonstrated
I mean,
this is
we're
what's
all
possible.
posting, we're
We
all
bring neighborhoods
asking
together
friends and
and
family
talk
to come.
to
And
decide
yeah,
what they
Matt's
would like to see in
Matt's
a
been
mural,
doing this for
and then collectively producing it.
I want to say 10
We
years
did
now.
community paint
Okay.
days.
And
We
yeah, I
did
think
oral
last
history
year was
projects.
our biggest year
you know,
that we've
getting
ever
the
had. So
kids
it
involved
keeps
in
growing,
knowing
and we
who
want
their
to keep
neighbors are,
growing it. But
who the guy
it is
next door
definitely
is.
something special
And
for all
so-
of
It's
us
always
that we're
important.
steaming.
It is
Yeah.
important to know who they are. It's
And I
one
guess
of the
speak
biggest
to
things
the
that came out of
impact
the
it
mural
with,
program.
the Toys
that
for
the kids
Tots.
and the elders, we did a lot of intergenerational work.
for 7
Was
years now,
getting to
so,
know your neighbors,
what you've already
getting to know the elders,
seen
getting
in
to
some
know the
kind of
history of the area, and no longer feeling like a stranger,
success
feeling a
stories or
sense
some
of
the kind of
ownership
the
to place,
tearjerk
which means that
stories
you're going to look out for
involved
place,
in
which means you're going to
being
pick up
with
the
this
trash,
program.
which means
Yeah.
you're going
Yeah,
to
so
take care of the elders.
every
down
year
the
we go
street
and drop
who
them
might need a
off,
chore done,
Yeah.
etc.
at their drop off, and
infusing
every
those
single
values.
year
So it was more than
it's
just a
just
mural
met with,
movement. It was
open
also
arms. They're
this
so
neighborhood
surprised at how many
organizing,
toys
trash
we bring.
cleanups,
We, like you
all
said, Ron,
sorts
I
of
mean, we
different
actually
types of
bring
things that
a
we
box
did. We
truck,
opened a
and it's
literacy
typically
center
full.
at one
Oh,
point.
wow.
The
Wow.
after-school
So
program.
yeah, that's kind of our goal is to always have
and
a box
so
truck of toys
that whole
to
period
bring
of
up to the
time,
place.
from the
So,
murals we did at 29th and Columbus, the Barrio
Amazing,
Central,
yeah.
Miracle
And it- I mean,
Manor,
this is
Old
the season.
Pascua,
And those
Amplify,
kids.
all of them
How
were
do they
demonstrating
distribute
this
them?
is what the potential is.
That I
Yeah.
don't.
You don't know?
I don't
Now,
know. Yeah,
the brick
unfortunately,
wall,
I don't get to see.
Of course, we ran
Yeah, you
into a
don't get
brick
to see the
wall,
end
which I
result.
like
yeah,
that metaphor.
yeah. I really
And
wish I
the
could.
brick
I mean,
wall
would've
was
been-
that the
yeah.
policy of the city of Tucson, Policy
I
7,
wonder. That'd be
did not
something to
perceive
find out.
murals
Yeah.
as a form of
And I
public
guess to
art.
speak more
And
to
so
kind
there
of the
was,
culture of steamy
this
concepts
on
as a whole.
city
And this
property, you
is
didn't
this
see
is
any
one
murals.
Toys for Tots. One of the big
And
things you guys
pushing
do
that
to
through
help
in
the
that
community.
first
Speak to some of the
round
other
of
things you would
murals
say
in
were a fabric of the steamy
2016.
concepts culture.
That
Yeah, we
was
do a lot of
huge.
stuff.
We went
in
out
the
and looked
community
for
out in
walls.
Vail.
Nobody wanted a mural.
Matt lives
No.
out in the
Nobody
Vail
wanted
area. I live out in the Vail
one.
area.
And
we try
we
to
had
do
to
as much
hunt,
as we
we
can
shop,
with the
and
Vail
shop,
School
try to
District.
convince these wall owners.
Every
They're like,
year we
yeah, I
kind
don't
of
know,
do,
man.
So was it
a
public
big
and
thing for
private
the
that
teachers
you were
where we
looking at?
provide
Yeah, public and
like
private,
gifts
and
for
it was a
them,
mix of public and
okay,
private
okay.
dollars.
and sponsor
the dollars we
as
used
much
were
as
all
we can
private.
out there.
Okay.
So that the city
and,
didn't,
yeah, so
didn't
Vail
put
is
up dollars.
very
They
much a big
It wasn't in their
community
budget.
for
Right, they
us.
subcontracted
There's a
me
lot of
after
us
they
that
got a
live out
grant
there,
from
so-
the TO
Yeah.
Nation.
That's great just to make
And,
the teachers
had
feel
me,
appreciated.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
collaborate
a lot of times
with
they're
them
forgotten.
to manage
They are.
this
Absolutely.
program,
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
which involves
So,
going through and looking at
but,
Policy
yeah, I mean,
7
steamy
and
concepts
making
in
the
a
argument
whole, I
that
mean,
murals could be
I love working for a local
work
company.
of,
like
a
we
form of
talked about. I
public
mean,
art. That
we
meant I had
know
to go
what
through
we're doing
and
is making an
deliver
impact.
tech sheets on
As
each
with
of the
some
colors.
other,
Each
other
step
companies,
of the
it's kind
process,
you
it
don't
took
know who
years.
you're,
I had to
really
call
working
chemists
for.
that know
Yeah.
what colors
That's
to
true.
make
It's
sure
a lot
that the
easier
colors
to
were
work your butt off for someone that you
and the
trust
chemicals
and
used. It's
really
I
care
mean,
about,
every
so.
barrier put
Absolutely.
up
And
possible.
I guess,
Well, I feel like we can. There's
those people out there that
4
want
segments of
to,
history lesson here. But
utilize
we
the services
have a
of
minute
an
and a half
organization
left. Let's
that
wrap
kinda gives
around
back
to
to
kind of like
community, a
you
local
are
organization. What
the
are
greatest
those,
authority in art that I know, whether
variety
it's
or
through your
kind of menu of
schooling
services
or
you guys
through your
provide,
practice,
and how can they get a hold of you
that
if
and
they
like
wanna utilize those
where you
services?
are now with your art and how people
Yeah,
can get
so
involved with
kind of like
your
I
art
talked
now.
about, like we have floor
Well,
cleaning, so carpet, tile,
Michael B.
grout,
Schwartz
upholstery
is my,
cleaning. We also do
webpage,
damage restoration,
michaelbschwartz.com,
so
and just
water
to
damage,
end up the
mold,
history lesson part of it. Obviously, it worked.
Unfortunately, right
We
now
pushed
is
through,
the
it
time
worked.
for fire damage.
And
so
artists
fire
can
and
now
smoke.
get gigs doing murals.
During this
And there
holiday
are
season,
about
we always get
250,
fire
300
jobs and
murals
smoke
that have been
jobs.
created since
So
2019.
we work with
Which is
insurance
amazing.
companies to do
Artists
that.
of
And then
from all walks of life.
we also
It
have
just
our sister
exploded
company,
and become a
Royalty
source
Renovation.
of
So
revenue
they do
for the city.
all of our
And that's
for
a
the water
huge
damage
issue
stuff.
also. We're
Okay.
bringing in millions of dollars.
So yeah,
My own
a lot of
work, what I'm doing,
services that, we
I
provide, and,
collaborate all over the
best way to
place.
get a
I'm
hold of
working on a
us is,
collaboration
phone number
with Ruby
phone number is
Farias. That's
520-903-1200.
Farias,
and we can kind of
RubyFariasDesigns.com.
dictate
And we'll
which
be doing
department
a
you
project
need.
up in
I'm
Phoenix
calling that number.
revolving
So
around the theme of
520-923-1200.
Prism at the Biltmore
903-1200.
in March. So that's one of the
Say
big
one more time.
projects we're going to do. I love doing collaborations.
520-903-1200.
Yeah, there we
you
go.
can
There
check
we
out
go.
my
I got it. Very
webpage,
good.
michaelbschwartz.com.
It's always a pleasure to
and
have you here.
commission me to
I
do work.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
If you're an aspiring muralist,
Well, this
contact
is the
me,
Guys Next Door,
and,
brought to you by
yeah, I'd
Picture
love
Rocks
to
Cooling, Heating, and
share my
Plumbing.
work
I am
and
Pastor
what
John
I do.
McClain here
So
with the
please
coolest
contact
guy in
Well, thank you
Tucson,
so
Mr.
much,
Ron
Michael.
Arenas
I
with
wanna
Picture Rocks
say
Cooling, Heating, and
my
Plumbing.
oldest friend,
Definitely
not
go to
by age, not to brag, I have
picturerockscooling.com
older
for more
friends,
information about
but,
how you can
thank you for coming in
utilize
here,
the service
brother.
at
Michael
picturerockscooling.com,
Bschwartz,
and as well as go to veteranrescuemission.org
MBS,
to hear about the amazing work that we're doing to help
michaelbschwartz.com.
homeless
Even better.
veterans
Or
and
BS
to
Arts
read
at
about
gmail.
us living on the street for 3
We'd like to
days,
thank our
locating
sponsors,
homeless veterans,
Hyper Family
walking
Paintings,
35
Steamy
miles with
Concepts,
my 19-year-old
Tucson
son and a
Pack
whole
and
bunch
Ship,
of
Tucson
70-year-old
Tamale,
women.
and Picture
Fun
Rocks
story.
Cooling,
We'll
Heating,
check it
and
out at
Plumbing.
veteranrescuemission.org, and
also
we'll see
go
you
to
right after the break.
commongoodtucson.com to find out.
All right, welcome back to the Guys
Doing
Next Door,
to help
brought to you
connect
by
homeless
Picture Rocks
veterans with
Cooling,
homeless
Heating, and Plumbing.
Catch you out right after the break.
Yes.
All right, we are back to the Guys Next Door. Man, that was a fun segment.
You're a clown. You should have told me when we first met that you are a jokester.
Yeah.
This whole
Oh,
time I thought you were Mr. Serious,
I
but
didn't
you
get to
are
mention it on
not,
there,
Ron.
but, you know, we just had
The
a mural
secret's
ride
out.
in
The secret's
December.
out? The secret is
you're,
out.
You're still peeling back
rode
those.
around
Yeah,
those
for
layers
sure.
of
Did you
onions.
know
Yeah.
this? Did you know this guy
And,
is just a really
saw
fun
probably
guy?
20 of those murals.
This guy's a
You have
riot.
He is a riot. He is.
No, not
He is.
necessarily.
Well,
We're supposed to
thank
do
you.
another
And that
mural
voice
ride
that you
and
hear
see
on the
even
other
more.
microphone is Will
We're,
Pena.
we're a little bit limited.
How you
on
doing,
time
Will?
'cause we're
I
doing
am
Christmas party,
doing
so.
fantastic,
you
guys.
during the
Thanks
break.
for having
I
me
talked to him
back.
almost
Yeah.
every
Yes,
day,
you
but I
guys.
had
Been a
no
while.
idea.
Yeah,
we've
it has
missed
been a
you
while.
too.
Yeah.
Nearly
Well, speaking of
300
another
murals that have
riot,
been
for
created
sure.
since
Like I could,
2013,
yeah.
man,
that's
you
why,
two
yeah.
together.
That
You, I
is,
bet you.
yeah.
I bet
Which,
you
I mean,
were
I-
allowed to be left
much
alone in
like
the back of the
he's been
class
there
together. Huh?
Yeah, they'd separate us. They'd put us in separate corners.
Well, you know, we do get messages from our spouses when we're together.
We do have breakfast together every
yes,
Wednesday
yeah,
morning.
Wednesday morning.
So,
and murals in Tucson. So
Yeah.
it's been
And then we
cool
got to hang out
watching
at Interfaith
his
Community
journey,
Services
his
last
growth
Friday.
around
Oh, that
that
was
over
so
Oh,
much
really? Is
fun.
that started again?
Yeah, that started
Oh,
again.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was so
Which
much
we didn't
fun,
get a
man.
chance to
Giving
talk
out
to too much.
the
We just had-
produce there.
it's
Yeah.
so much good
community.
stuff to talk
Just
about.
Yeah,
all
we'll just have to have
the,
them back.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. But
thankfulness.
yeah,
Is
that was
that a word,
great. But
thankfulness?
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
had
if you want it to
amazing,
be.
amazing
Yeah,
guests.
sure.
Like,
Yeah.
like I said up.
Of the people.
Yeah,
last
that's
segment.
gonna be a word you want to
This
be.
is a
You know,
show,
most
the guys
words
next
in the
door, not
English
just any guys
language
next
were
door, the
created by
prominent
people
young
ages
men
12 to
and
15.
young and old men that
Really?
live next
Yeah,
door to
like
you.
the new words, particularly.
multi-generational.
The new words that
multi-generational
are added to the
individuals that live
dictionary.
next
The
door
new
to
words
you
that we don't know.
are doing
Yeah,
some
we have
amazing
no
things that you may
idea
not even
whatsoever
realize.
until like
And
20 years
definitely
later.
This next
And
young
then
man,
you-
because
we
had,
forget-
you know,
start
a
forgetting everything.
season
Yeah.
judge in the
Yeah.
first
I'm already there.
segment.
Yeah, I'm sorry,
this
Will.
Is,
This
you know, a
is-
young
that's what
man
we
in
do.
our.
That's what we do, yeah.
It's all good. It's all good. You know, I can sit here for
Already
hours
doing
and listen to you
amazing
guys go
stuff.
back and forth.
Tucson.
So, Will,
also,
tell us
you
a
know, it
little
seems like
bit about your
Tucson boy
business,
through and through
Tucson
like
Pack and
yourself,
Ship.
Ron,
Yes, Tucson
who
Pack and
is
Ship.
just,
We
is
are
really I got the
greatly-
good fortune to
is
be
that
at
another
Arizona
word?
Sands
Like
Club.
greatly-
You was,
Yeah,
yeah,
greatly,
for sure.
Seems like ever since
We can just make up
Conveniently-
words as we go.
Can
I
we?
think so.
Can we?
Yeah.
All
already
right.
grown and
Conveniently
accomplished
also,
so
not
much
only
with
greatly,
his
but
organization.
conveniently
Conveniently
located on the
greatly.
south side
Like I
on
always say, don't let me
12th
ruin it for you.
at
Why don't you go ahead and hear
Irvington.
from
Uh-huh.
him?
right
His name is
there,
Caden
right next
Cribbs,
to
and he is with
another little
Brightview
business
Window
that some cool
Cleaning.
guy owns,
Thank you for
Estrella
coming.
and
Yeah,
Shell.
welcome.
Thank
I'd
you
give
guys
us
so
that
much
one.
for having me
Yeah.
on here.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean the world.
Yeah.
You guys run a
Definitely
great show
even.
here, so
Very, very.
I like to always tune in.
He's just
listen
very
up, so
smart.
Thank you.
it's been a pleasure.
He's
Really.
brilliant.
But yeah,
Yes.
so my name is
Yeah,
Caden
absolutely.
Cribs.
I don't
I
even know
own
how,
Brightview Window
we put
Cleaning.
up with him.
I'm 22 years old,
It's
and
hard.
so
It's hard,
some of you might
but,
say like,
no,
"Oh my gosh, that's way too young." But to be frank, it drives us
yeah,
even
something
further
rubs off.
just to make a difference on the community.
You know,
Not only
greatness would
can we
be
see
one
it
of-
just
yeah.
from
Yes.
my eyes,
Yes.
kind
No,
of
so yeah,
growing up here
Tucson
also
Pack
too,
and Ship,
but
we
seeing all the friends and
are
family
your
kind of also
locally
grow up
owned
there too.
shippers.
So, Brightview
can
window
ship with
cleaning. We've been
UPS,
around now for
with,
since
the
April,
US
so
mail
coming up on a year,
service,
which is huge.
with FedEx.
We actually just reached our
we do
400th
mailbox
residential
rentals, we
home
do passport
already.
photos.
So we're making sure that we're
we
keeping
have,
everybody
a
satisfied.
notary,
With that, we just reached,
there,
I think it
as long
was
as we're open,
today,
there will
we
always
got a
be a notary there,
206th
so
review,
my entire
and
staff
every
is,
single one of them has been a
certified
5-star.
notaries, so
And so
And this is
why
coming into your
is
busy
we
season.
simply
I mean,
care
this is the season
about
where everyone's
making sure
gonna
that you
start
get what you
shipping
pay for.
all their
And so
packages, all
after
their
the job,
Christmas
our guys are
gifts to,
always trained
their
to
loved ones
walk
across
around the
country.
house
Right,
with
no,
you
absolutely,
to make
especially
sure
their
that you're
pants.
satisfied
Yeah,
with the job
especially
before we
they
ever
definitely will come in
expect
and
or
ship
see
their
any kind
pants
of
all the
payment.
time.
So
And,
we use something too that I was
so,
telling
yeah,
you to last time with
you know,
Mr. John
just
over
kinda
here
wanna
that
get word out
we use something
there.
called
We,
deionized water.
you know,
And
don't
so what
let
that
us slip
is
to the
it
end. I
actually
know
coats
last
your
year
window
we
with
had
kind
some
of a
people coming in on
protective
the
film, if
22nd
you
and
will, that's all
23rd of
natural.
December.
Oh, wow.
So
I
that
really
actually
need to get this
repels
over
any kind
there
of dust
to-
and
to Vermont
rainwater.
or something.
And
Right,
it almost
exactly.
sounds
And
just
I'd
like
be
a
like, oh, man,
repetitive
I'm so
thing right
sorry.
now.
Just
But
tell them that,
we're actually so confident in this. We
Christmas
give
in
you an
Arizona is
entire
actually on
month of free
January
touch-ups
3rd.
after we get the
Wow.
job done.
Wow.
So,
you know, we
but yeah,
do
our
recommend
customers love us. We have a
December 15th, man,
96.7
that's
customer
kind of the
retention
cutoff date.
percentage
there.
right
If you
now.
wanna
So everyone that
really
we've gone
ensure that
through
it
and
gets
has
there,
used
I mean,
us has
again,
loved
we
us
can
so
do a little
far.
bit later,
If
but now
you
you're
have ever
looking
stayed
at,
at any of the Hiltons
you know,
here in
overnighting
Tucson
something
or
there.
Arizona,
Again,
we actually
starting to
service
get
all of their
riskier there.
buildings, including
Right,
a lot of
absolutely.
Scottsdale
Yes, sir.
locations
So
in Sedona.
outside of like
And then we
people
actually clean
bringing
about
it a little
6
too late in it,
and
not
working
getting
on
to
the
people when
7th
they want
building
to get
of
it
U
to
of A.
them.
So
What
we
are
could
some
say
of the
that
other
we've
mistakes
been
you see people
moving up
make
and
when it
moving
comes
great,
to,
which is awesome. So
shipping stuff?
shout out to all of the employees, Mr. Lewis,
well,
Fernando,
you know, a lot of
Dakota,
it
and
is they
Jess.
come in and
You
they
guys are the
don't
reason why we've been
have
so
all the
successful. So
information that they need,
I
where
can sit up
exactly
here and
it's
talk about how
going.
great, the company is, but it always
know,
starts
that would
and
help.
ends
Yeah,
with the
so
employees.
sometimes, you know, we have to,
It does.
you
Yeah,
know,
they represent
search
you.
to
And it
see,
sounds like they represent you really
find
well.
addresses
Absolutely.
as to where it's
So with this
going.
being the new year,
you know,
and
they
you
do
almost
need to
being
check a lot of
year
times they
old
come
for
in
your
and there's
business,
things
do
that
you have
we
any
just,
special
you know,
offers?
can't
Yeah, so
ship.
we are actually
No,
running
no.
in
So,
the
you know, you
month
can
of
check the,
January
the
a
FedEx,
$50
UPS,
off
and
exclusive
postal
access
websites, they'll
to
get a list of
$50
things
off for
there
a
that
lifetime
they just
discount.
won't
So
ship, so-
you're getting $50
You know,
off
back
of
in
your
the
window
day,
cleaning, this
Wile
cleaning,
E.
and any other
Coyote
cleaning that
could ship
you
anything.
do with
You just
us
ship it through
throughout the
Acme.
entire
Yes.
year.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
people are
you
saving
know, Acme
$50,
went out of-
which
Acme?
for
They
window
went
cleaning
Acme
is
went
a
out of
huge
business.
percentage. Some people are looking
They
at
go out of business.
25 to even
Interesting.
50% off their window
Unfortunately,
cleaning, which is
the,
huge.
Is it
Because they
Amazon?
shipped all that
Did
stuff.
Amazon put them
Yeah,
out?
Amazon
Isn't
put
it?
them out.
Is it
Yeah.
interesting?
Yeah,
Speaking
Amazon
with
just
Caden.
completely-
Yeah,
That's
it's
not
for me.
right.
It's
Well,
twofold.
you know,
when I
maybe
first
that's why
sat
he never
down
got
with
the
them, which
Roadrunner,
I've been
'cause they went out of
blessed to
business.
get this down.
Well,
Yeah.
Maybe he
sometimes.
worked for them now. I
Maybe,
totally remind me of
yeah.
a younger version of myself.
Could be.
Mm.
Just because when I
gentlemen.
was
Hey, fantastic
you know,
radio.
Yeah,
This is some fantastic radio.
This is gold.
Acme,
We're getting an Emmy.
we got Acme going. We got the
Brilliant. I can hear
Roadrunner.
them,
We've
as
got
much as
Wile E.
I'd like to buy
Coyote.
them
Yeah,
and say
yeah.
it
My
reminds me of the
goodness,
younger
who's
version
not
of
going to
myself.
listen to me
I
talk,
think
right?
even brighter, kind of sharper version
But
of
hey,
myself.
you know, that being said, we're having a toy drive.
Toy
Yes.
drive. Let's talk about a toy
We're having a
drive.
toy drive here. They're at my location. Again,
And
greatly,
it sounded,
centrally
I asked you if he reminded
conveniently
you of a younger version
located
yourself, because a lot of stuff
on
that he
12th
says,
Avenue
it sounds like
and
you.
Yeah, Irvington. I think so.
Irvington Road.
Yeah.
And where are the toys
Yeah.
going?
I remember when
The toys are going
That was a
to
long time ago.
Milagro
Just,
and
I mean, just the way that you
A
speak
Miracle in the
about,
Barrio.
like, you're
Well,
we
the
give
customer
those out,
service
this
and
is going to be
employees,
on
yeah,
December
definitely.
21st.
I mean, you have to create a really
right
good team
there
and a really
on
good culture.
Ajo
Yeah.
and 12
And if you don't have that,
behind,
then you're not going to
It's
succeed.
at St.
John's, right?
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
right
And I
next to
think,
Pueblo
like I
High
said, it's
School.
the culture that we
right
bring,
in the
you know, and
St.
so
John's, kind of behind
I
it
was
in
just
that
talking
field
to
that they have,
actually
that
my
field,
fiance,
track field that
and
they
we're
have.
really
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of narrowing
So,
down
yeah,
on the
we'll be
interview
there giving it
process to
out,
really just
you know,
get
we'll be giving
the
out
greatest
toys to
guys and the
thousands of
girls,
kids.
and
Yeah,
we
last year
always
we
base
had
it off the
about
3 F's that we have.
2,400
I was
kids
talking
show
about
up.
last
Oh,
time,
wow.
which is
And Santa's
faith
there?
is our number one.
Santa's
We always
there.
look
We're
to
gonna
guidance
have
through God.
live
He's always
music, some
guiding us in the right
mariachis.
direction.
Mhm.
And family
gonna
is
have a
such a
bando party.
huge thing. So that's our
Yeah,
second
yeah.
F is
So
family. family.
and you're having
we always like to say you have to have a relationship with either your blood family or your chosen
that
family.
is going to be on
and so
Saturday,
a lot of the times we meet people that are
December
kind of in a
7th.
stage of
Okay.
life
And we're gonna
where
do this
they're almost
between
lost
3
and they don't have
and
connections with their
6
blood
p.m.
family, but they have a chosen
And,
family that they have
I've
a
got
relationship
people, I
for.
got
So
guests coming
we always
by
like to say, if you
to
can
help
show
us,
us
receive some
the
of
type
these
of attitude
gifts.
and the
I've
type
got-
of dedication,
I don't know if you
then
guys have heard
when
of
you go
this place
home,
called
it needs to be
Picture
even
Rocks
10
Cooling,
times
Plumbing, and
or
Heating.
100
heard
times
of it.
more,
No. Tell me
because
about it.
Yeah,
those
well,
are the
these
people that
plumbers
really
and-
do count, you know, and
Yeah,
so
these
they're
guys,
showing
just
this
Yeah.
awesome
Got
respect
it.
to the customers,
They
and
don't have
their
boys,
homes,
they
and
don't
when they
have
get
boys.
home,
Better to do
the
on a
dad or the
Saturday.
mom that their
They're
kids
gonna come
really
hang
need.
out with us
And the
and
last one is
They probably
fitness.
don't have dates.
A lot of people
so,
laugh
you
at
know,
that. They're
that
like,
can just be
what do you
the
mean?
place
That's
to
a
go.
requirement.
Actually, they may be
But
dating-
in reality,
Don't say
it's
that.
such a big thing as a business owner to
Actually, that's a great
be
group
able
of
to
guys.
rely rely on your guys to be, physically fit, or the women
He
that are on your
smiles a
team to
lot.
be physically
He
fit.
smiles
Because,
a lot.
when you're working all day, it starts to become
He's
actually
a
either
funny guy.
a hassle
He's a funny
or
guy.
something that you have
He's
to
a
worry
funny
about
guy.
if
Well,
they
the only
can't
reason
actually
we
keep
actually
up.
invite him is because
So
we
let's say
think
if we're
he's a
getting
lovely wife.
tired
And his
early on
wife
the
is
job
Yeah.
and we were dropping
Yeah.
ladders
Probably
or
one
anything,
of
that
the most
becomes
brilliant
not
people
only
I've ever
dangerous
met.
for them,
And
but
you've met
maybe
a
for
lot
the
of people,
customers
so
too.
that's
So
I've met almost
we also
everybody.
require that kind of, and so the way that we did that, we actually just,
Yeah,
Mr. John,
I'm
I was
working
actually
on
just
it.
going to tell you this, is
So
we
tell us
just
more
built
about
a
what
gym
Tucson
in the
Pack and Ship
entirety
does
of our
outside of,
garage, dedicated for the
shipping
employees.
people.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay.
at 7 in the morning,
No,
every
just a
morning we
reminder,
go
we
on a
can't
mile
help you ship
run,
your pants.
get
Yes,
back and
but
work
outside
out
of that,
and
what
start the
else-
day off
what else
right.
do you guys do?
And
Well,
I
we
can't
do,
tell you how much of a
things like
positive
passport
impact it's
photos.
helped
Anybody
on
traveling
not
who's
only
gonna need a
their
passport
personal
photo, we
lives
can get
back
those
home,
photos
like we
for
get their
you.
wives or husbands
We
calling
do
us like,
motorizing,
man, this
we
is
do
that's a different
copies.
person, coming
We
home,
do
which is
small
awesome to hear.
printing on
And
jobs,
it gives me chills really
pamphlets,
just
things
talking
like
about it.
that.
Well, they feel better.
Yeah,
Once
they
you start
do.
Got our
exercising
mailbox
and
Absolutely.
so we
eating
can
better, and
receive
you
all
have a better
those
attitude,
Amazon
you
Yeah.
feel better.
packages
Yeah,
and
it's just
save
a
them for
completely
you,
different version.
yeah.
And
securely,
I was like,
safely,
the whole
so
January
that
1st comes around
the
and
porch
everybody
pirates
seems to
won't
have a
go and
plan,
ruin
and
your
that
Christmas.
sometimes
with their
lasts
little
only a week.
iPad and peg
But
leg.
if you are
scary.
listening,
Yeah, and
absolutely.
amazing
Fitness
how they
has
can still
been,
get it.
I think,
Yeah.
everybody asks
Especially
me
with a
what
hook.
propels your business
Too
far
bad you
ahead.
catch them real
And
easily.
really just the
but,
three
yeah,
F's,
quick.
Quick.
faith, family,
But that
and
is very
fitness.
important,
So-
not just
That's
for the
fantastic,
people
yeah.
that are shipping
That's
out
awesome.
their
And
packages,
we got
but
probably
for
about
the
a
people
minute
receiving
till
them.
we
Oh,
have
yes,
to.
absolutely.
Yeah, you need a
Absolutely.
secure place.
Absolutely.
to,
We've been
to
How
get
people
those
get a hold of you,
packages.
utilize your
we do get
services, and two,
quite
what's
a bit
something
of
that
packages
you want them to
in
know
on
that
a
we
daily
haven't covered.
basis that we hold for.
Let's see. So
our
contact
clients,
again. My name is
and
Caden
come in
Cribbs.
and,
I am the owner. You can
and
reach
they
me
know that
in
they're
the
gonna be
business
there,
at
right?
520-703-5824.
Particularly if you live in an apartment, something like that. I can
Or
imagine
check us
that
out
being
on
particularly
Google, just
concerning.
BrightviewWindowsLLC.com.
apartment or a
And then
dorm room.
something is,
Mhm.
we just appreciate
Stuff like that.
Tucson,
Yeah.
everyone that
And how
we've
can
ever met,
people
Mr. John here.
plug in with you guys?
And
How
what was
can they
your
get a
name
hold of
again?
you? Where you're
Yeah,
located
that's
the
right.
last
So
time?
Well,
has
they
given nothing
can,
but support to
find
us,
us
and so we really appreciate you guys and
Yeah.
having
And
us on the
greatly.
And greatly.
yeah. I mean, and I,
698 West
Come just to say
Irvington
again,
Road.
like,
that is on Irvington
Caden
Road.
and his fiance,
12th
I've got
Avenue,
the good fortune of
right
meeting
next
her
to
as
Astoria
well.
Insurance
They're
and
really
Little
sharp
Mexico
people.
Restaurant.
I
you
yet
can
to
find
utilize
us
your window
online
services, but
on
it's
the web,
definitely coming.
the World
And
Wide Web.
just watching, following you on Instagram,
www.
Facebook, and kind of seeing your stuff, the
Pack and
machine you
ship
have is
Tucson.
really super cool. It's
That's
almost
the
worth.
DIN.
Seems
Yeah.
like it's like worth the price of admission
That's
just
where you can
seeing you
find us
using
at,
that thing.
And
So
your hours of
one last time, how
operation?
people can
We
get
are
hold of
Monday
you
through
on
Friday
your
from
services.
9
Yeah,
a.m.
so again,
to 7
either call me
p.m.
is
and
the best
Saturdays
way
from
is
9 a.m. to
520-703-5824.
Yeah, long
Like
workers.
Ron said,
We're
is
long workers.
Facebook's a great thing,
Fair
just
enough.
Brightview Window
Yeah.
Cleaning.
Better you than me.
And then on Google, BrightviewWindowsLLC.com.
Many
So
respects.
again, thank you guys so
I
much.
appreciate
Yeah,
it. Thanks,
it was a
man.
pleasure to meet you. Thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you
We'd
guys.
like
As
to
always,
thank our
it's been a
sponsors,
pleasure.
Piper Family Painting,
Yeah,
Steamy
that's Will with
Concepts,
Tucson Pack and
Tucson
Ship.
Pack and Ship,
I'm Pastor
Tucson
John
Poly,
McLean.
Picture Rocks Cooling,
Over
Heating and
there
Plumbing.
across from
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
the
Thank
coolest
you all
guy
for
in
listening.
Tucson,
Go to
Ron
YouTube,
Arenas with Picture Rocks
Facebook,
Cleaning and
Instagram,
Plumbing.
TikTok,
This is
as
the
long
Guys
as it
Next Door
still
radio
exists.
show.
And,
Check us out on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and maybe Smoke Screen. I'm not sure what else the kids are into, but check it out. We'll see you next week. God bless.
All right, this is the Guys Next Door. I'm your host, Ron Arenas, with my co-host, Pastor John McLean.
I'll see you next week. I don't know.
Yes, sir. Happy to be